With the shift towards industrialization, Africa is rising steadily. However, this new development is taking a toll on the continent's pristine landscapes and resources. How can Africa achieve industrialization without tipping the ecological balance? This is the critical balance that the Worldwide Fund is helping communities in Africa achieve. WWF has introduced a transboundary education program tailored to respond to the emerging environmental challenges, which is being implemented uniformly across 3 countries. It is a concept in school curricula known as Education for Sustainable Development, or simply ESD.
One of the goals of the program was to ensure that we provide a clean and healthy environment for the children in those areas.
Morning school.
Under this program, teachers are trained to use practical outdoor activities to explain abstract concepts such as soil erosion, sustainable living, energy crisis, and nature conservation to enrich children's knowledge and conservation skills. About 54,000 pupils and students have internalized and put to practice the noble concept of education for sustainable development.
The way you conserve the environment is by using.
The first stage was to find out basically what education for sustainable development was, and then eventually it came up to writing the policy documents. And this involved having all the 3 countries come together.
This replaces an earlier concept in East Africa of environmental education.
ESD now brings in a paradigm shift where it brings in the 3 pillars of conservation. That is, you must think about the environment, you must think about the society, you must think about the economy.
The realization of the immense output from schools has been made possible through WWF's partnerships with relevant institutions. The Wildlife Clubs of Kenya is bringing the ESD concept to reality in Kenya's 14 schools.
In Kibos Prison Primary School, we have a garden which is behind the classes, planting vegetables like the cowpeas and some traditional vegetables. When it comes in harvesting, you are going to harvest and sell them to the teachers or outside there in the market.
Nature Uganda is doing its bit across the border and has impacted on more than 13,000 children in 17 schools. Here in Blessed Sacrament Namanya Primary School in Masaka, these little ones already understand the value of developing and harnessing nature's resources, which has started earning them income, both at individual and school level.
We have managed to maintain the greening of the school by planting not only flowers, but also plants, which plants can even assist us to save the overspending of meals for both teachers and the learners.
In Tanzania, over 10,000 children are now catalysts for positive environmental management practices, having benefited from the inculcation of the ESD concept in the school curricula. Apart from integrating ESD in the school curriculum, WWF has established a parallel intervention at the community level. ESD villages have sprung up across Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania and Rwanda. In Kenya's Nandi Hill region, 320 households have now switched from firewood to energy-saving stoves and biogas, conscious that this will enable them to save their forests. Further, they have made a decision to downsize their herds, if only to save their land from further degradation. Samson Kaskei is a farmer. His 4-acre farm is now producing harvests he could only dream about before.
Mafunzo ile tuliyopata kutoka nyinyi Kisumu ndio imewezesha watu wengi wamekuwa na pesa. Beleni watu wako na pesa. Chakula imekuwa mingi kwa hii area.
WWF, however, recognizes the paramount role the youth have in saving the planet's future. The Enego Youth Group has created employment for its members through tree planting and vegetable farming, guaranteeing them an honest income.
We have worked with about 48 youth CBOs cutting across the 4 countries, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania and Rwanda. And all these CBOs are actually organized CBOs, and we've built their capacity on financial management, on leadership.
In Masaka, Uganda, a community-based organization known as Together in Development Initiative, TDI, is changing the economic and health status of its youth members through a myriad of projects. TDI set up a pig project which started off with 30 pigs. Now members get piglets to breed in their own farms from here. A poultry project holding over 1,500 chicken is also growing exponentially. The initiative enjoys the support of the WWF and Nature Uganda.
They moved away from utilizing the wetland.
13% of Uganda is wetland, but none of them is protected. So we needed to do something about it. And therefore we used a principle that is called wise use principle of Ramsar Convention, where you identify critical wetlands that are of international importance and designate them as Ramsar sites. And therefore we worked with government to gazette them as Ramsar sites.
Since 2014, WWF and its members have supported over 50 model schools and established 800 ESD villages in the Lake Victoria catchment. This massive project that is changing Africa has been made possible through the support of the government of Sweden.
In the design of future programs, it's very important to have sufficient consultation to create ownership, shared vision, and think very carefully about the sustainability and how long that all of that will take in order for us to have durable change.